Tora, Tora, Tora is a film that features a close look at the attacks on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941. It features an accurate look at the politics surrounding the attack on both sides of the Pacific. Japanese admirals are shown trying to plan their attack and make it as effective as possible, and the Americans are shown trying to piece together many different intelligence clues to determine the motives of the Japanese. The final half hour of the film is a fantastic portrayal of the air attack on Pearl.
The most spectacular film ever made. Tora, Tora, Tora!
The movie has some of the best footage of air combat ever filmed. The only points against the end scene is because the planes filmed are not actually the Japanese Air Force planes they represent. Most of the Japanese planes depicted are actually American training aircraft. Most of the Zeros in the film were actually T-6 Texans from the Canadian Air Force. Other planes used for Japanese torpedo bombers were the BT-13 Valiant, both American training planes. For the Japanese warships, full-scale replicas were built of the decks, which extended out over the water. The Japanese aircraft carriers were actually American ships, the main one being the USS Yorktown, which was actually built and served in World War II. It was being used as a submarine hunter until its decommissioning in 1970, the same year the film was released. Another carrier used was the USS Tripoli, an amphibious assault ship which resembles many of the comparatively small fleet carriers used during World War II. The planes do look and fly like the Japanese Zeros and other planes they represent. Many of the American aircraft are authentic. The B-17s and a few P-40s do make an appearance. This was filmed in Panavision, meaning that it has a great wide-shot composition. The shots in general are amazing. Both interior and exterior shots feel very expansive. The film was also screened in 70mm in certain theaters, even though it was only shot in 35. Most DVDs feature digital surround sound, likely taken from the 70mm optical track, which offers a great surround sound experience. Overall, this film is very similar to the Battle of Britain, which released only a year earlier. Both films have an amazing usage of vintage aircraft and a very strong historical epic. Tora uses fewer authentic aircraft. The Battle of Britain is famous for its usage of hundreds of historical planes from both the British and German air forces. Tora used far more replica aircraft, but both have a great display of air combat. Long, wide shots of aircraft flying and diving feature heavily in both films. The wide shots help with the great angles in the film. Overall, this film is not without its problems. It has pacing issues with long early scenes tending to drag on a bit. There is also no relatable main character, and really no main character in general. Definitely, however, this film's strong suit is its historical accuracy and aerial battle sequences. If you're looking for a good movie about aerial combat and an epic war movie about World War II, it might be worth suffering through some of Tora, Tora, Tora's duller moments to get to the strong suits, which are certainly the aerial battles.